Hello students, welcome to Btech360. While we call it Btech360, the courses and programs that I'm going to talk about are for those students who might want to keep options. They are a PCM student but want to keep options beyond Btech, because as a PCM student you have multiple pathways and one of them is Btech, and there are a lot of courses which are beyond Btech but actually give equal or at times more than the better student outcomes than what Btech also offers. And there are also some students who want to say that I've done PCM, but I don't want to do Btech, give me other options. And the institution that I'm going to cover and the courses that I'm going to cover are those courses which actually give very, very good student outcomes. Because when you pursue these courses, it's a 20-year-old institution, mind you, what I'm about to cover, but more than 20% of its students are placed outside of India. And even for those students who are placed in India, the average salary, the median salary is about 11.5-12 lakh rupees. And you obviously are talking of beyond Btech, but it's a 5-year program. Now, for you to understand this whole thing, you need to understand the kind of student that you should be. You should be a student who is truly passionate about pure sciences. It can be physics, chemistry, biology, maths, or earth sciences, or anything of that nature, and love understanding how the world works at a fundamental level. You should be very excited by research and discovery, not just exams or jobs. It's not about competitive examinations. It's about research, and reading a lot more is what you should be interested in. You should be ready for a rigorous, broad, interdisciplinary 5-year BSMS journey with heavy coursework, lab work, and a full year research thesis. Unless you're very curious bent of mind, unless you want to know why and not just about how, this is not meant for you. And more importantly, as I said, you should be curious, self-motivated, and comfortable with uncertainty, which means we are dealing with a very abstract career. There is not a linear path that you talk of. There are very abstract paths that you will get into. And that's the reason why when you look at placement numbers here, they don't add up. But when you look at the number of students who are working outside of India, it adds up completely. And I'll show you the numbers and then you'll understand why I'm saying all these things. And you are okay with delayed specialization, very certainty of career is not a part of your thing. And you're okay with pushing the borders, pushing the frontiers in such a way that you know that at the end of it, you'll get a very, very good job or a very good career pathway, but you don't need to be very certain about when you'll get it and how you're going to get it. Right? I'm going to talk of IISER Pune. Now, before I move further and exactly tell you the numbers that made us talk about this particular institution, 3 requests that I always have for you. What we're doing is actually we're covering a series of hidden gems. These are hidden gems, which are courses, colleges, and those kind of things, which you should keep as a part of your option set. The options would be many, and all of you would have options of IITs, NITs, IIITs, GFTs, and all. What we're adding is some of those colleges which are very, very strong locally, but at a national level you may not know about it, or courses that are very, very strong these days, but at a JOSA level you might not know about it. So please watch the earlier videos also, because it makes you understand your options that are out there. We already covered about 12-14 of them. Please keep watching them, and we'll keep covering one a day from here on, because our objective is simple, that we want you to get into the best college and the best course which has the best student outcome. And before I move further, please subscribe to Btech360. That's very important for us. If you want to talk to any of our counselors, there is a WhatsApp number here. Just message us and one of our counselors will call you. And if you want me to cover any college of your choice, any course of your choice, write to us and we'll be happy to cover that for you. Now, coming back to this particular institution, I told you about the kind of person you are and the kind of institution that we're talking of. Rather, I talked to you about the kind of person you should be to choose this particular course, right? And the institution that I'm about to talk about is IISER Pune, as I told you. And the important thing that you must know about this particular institution is that this was established in 2006. And by the way, it started from a different campus earlier. They did not have their own campus. Their own campus was, they moved into it in 2012. But the institution started in 2006 and it was operating from a different campus altogether, which was actually, in a sense, there was a larger campus of some other institution, and they became a part of that particular institution to start IISER Pune. It was created to fix the declining state of basic sciences in India. Dr. Manmohan Singh those days worked really hard on trying to create an environment for really encouraging basic sciences in India, because all IITs, AIIMS and all were talking of professional qualifications. Basic sciences were suffering, and that is where Dr. Singh, the then Prime Minister of India, started working on that whole thing. And it started, as I said, from NCL Pune, which is a temporary campus, moved to its permanent 98-acre Pashan campus in Pune in 2012. It was declared an institute of national importance in 2012. Now, when you declare something as an institution of national importance, it means the government of India, or India as a country, believes that this particular institute's existence is important for India because it's going to work on issues or research on issues that are very important for the country as a whole, which is where IISER Pune was created. And the unique points of this institution is simple. It's research from day one. Only institute where undergrads do serious research throughout the 5-year BSMS program. They don't offer Btech. Some of the IISERs offer Btech, but these people don't offer Btech. They only offer a 5-year BSMS program. It's broad and deep, which means first 2-3 years is study of all sciences, which is physics, chemistry, biology, maths. So you're not specializing in the very first year into one particular science. You're going to cover everything that's out there, and then move by the 3rd and 4th and 5th year into deeper study of one of the subjects that you want to really, really pursue hard and do deep research on. So interdisciplinary courses before choosing the major is what it matters, which means that even if you're not made a choice immediately of whether you want to do physics or chemistry or something else, you can get into this place because in the first 2-3 years you're finding your feet of what really interests you or what really excites you, and then jump onto it and choose it as a major in the year 4 and 5. But in the first 2-3 years, it is broad, which means you'll learn every particular science, every particular pure science you'll learn, and you'll actually have a broader understanding of each subject, each science rather, till you get onto choosing a major. And of course, it ends with a full year research thesis, and that is very, very rare in undergrad in India, mind you. A full research thesis is very rare in any undergrad program in India, but IISER Pune allows you to do that, enables you to do that, and forces you to do that also. It's got a strong focus on curiosity-driven science, not just exams or jobs. So if you're looking at cracking an exam, getting into a job and all, this is not the place for you. But if you're very curious, want to learn and want to understand sciences, this is the place for you. And actually, there is no other better place than this as for you. And besides, of course, I'm talking of Indian Institute of Science. There are a few other institutions like that, but it's very, very good for you. And it's got some of the best labs in the country. It's got faculty who are very, very active researchers. And location advantage in Pune, of course, because Pune being a state of Maharashtra, and Pune is as good as a metro at this point in time. It's a research hub also in a certain sense, or a science hub for sure. So it helps you gain and learn a lot more than what you would do in any other institution in the country. But as I said, you must be curious, you must be research oriented, you must inclination for an abstract career path, and then this becomes a good option for you. Let me explain to you through numbers of what IISER Pune is all about, what kind of options you get, what kind of placement you get, what kind of career pathways have students who studied at IISER Pune have created for themselves, and then you'll be able to figure out and fathom how you can get into the whole thing. So now what I'm about to talk about is IISER Pune. This is the building of IISER Pune, established in 2012. Rather, people moved into it in 2012, but the original campus was operating. It was started in 2006. And they were operating from NCL campus, which is again based in Pune, till the new campus was built for them, right? The ranking overall in the overall universities is 55 best university in the country. What it means that you have about 1,600 universities now at this point in time, 1,500 plus universities, including all INS and everything, right? Of the 1,500, IISER Pune ranks 55th best university in the country, and that is very, very credible for such a young institution which just started in 2006, not even 20 years old. But it's the 55th best university in the country. It's spread over 98 acres of land, so it's a large thing for the kind of scale it operates in, mind you, because the number of students at IISER Pune are very, very limited, but the campus is so beautiful and big. The total students undergrad 5 years is 1,232, of which 72% are boys and 27-28% are girls. And 75% of the students come from outside the state of Maharashtra, and 9 students come from outside India also, right? And the student faculty ratio is 1:8 because you have 155 faculty for 1,232 students. So for every 8 students, you actually have 1 faculty member. It is exceptional because in most institutions, what you have is 1 faculty for 15 students. Here you have 1 faculty for 8 students. Now, what is the IISER BSMS program? It's a program which is a 5-year BSMS dual degree program. The eligibility is 10+2, of course, science, current or previous years. And earlier, you can get into it through KVPY, JV Advanced or boards. But now, the only way you can get into it is only boards plus IIT, which is IISER Aptitude test. So, you need to be taking the IISER Aptitude test to be a part of this whole thing. The entrance exam is mandatory. IIT is mandatory for you to get into IISER Pune. What are the courses that are offered? Biology, chemistry, data sciences, earth and climate sciences, humanities and social sciences, mathematics, physics, and science education. So what you have is across the board, all the pure sciences, all the natural sciences are there, and then you also have data sciences and everything coming in. By the way, BS Mathematics is doing very, very well here, so you must look at it very closely. And especially in the age of AI, the mathematics, anyone who's doing any BSMS degree in mathematics will have a higher placement chance even in the best companies around. But a lot of people here, by the way, don't pursue the linear careers. They move from undergrad to postgrad to even PhD and then move on out of the place, because they are essentially researchers. They are very curious, and the culture is such that even if you're not a researcher, you'll morph into a researcher at some point in time. Now, what is the admission test? It's called the IISER Aptitude test, right? And minimum marks is 60% in general EWS OBC and 55 for SC, ST, PWD. And admissions are based in performance of the IISER Aptitude test, which is IIT, right? So IIT is the only way you can get into IISER Pune. The exam date for IISER Pune is June 7, 2026. You can look at the application date, possibly it's still on, just check it out as we speak, right? And the exam time is it's a 3-hour test and various centers across. So they also have centers across the country for you to take the IIT examination. Now, this is the application timeline. The application ends on April 13, 2026. So just apply right now. As you speak, apply as you speak, because your deadline is in the next 2-3 days. The correction window is on. Once that is closed, it will open up. The hall ticket release on 24th May. The exam is on June 7th. The answer key comes out on June 7th. The objection window is June 9th to 13th. And document upload window is June 13th to June 21st. So it's a very tight schedule that you have. But the good thing is that this examination happens after the JEE Main and JEE Advanced also. So you actually will have enough time for you to prepare for this examination. Mind you, the syllabus is almost similar of what you studied in boards, NCERT and everything. So this will be an option for you if you appear for the IIT examination. My recommendation to every student is appear for the IIT examination, get a score, and then you can decide whether you want to pursue that or not. But don't strike it off right now saying that I am not going to be part of it, because some of these IITs are also, the IIT examination scores also are used by many of the IISERs to get the Btech program also, right? Or at least the BS mathematics program, which is very, very good, right? Now, what is the mode of examination? It's CBT, computer-based test, right? 60 questions in all, 180 minutes, plus 4 for right answer and minus 1 for wrong answer. And unanswered is 0 marks, total 240 marks, 60 into 4, 240 and 180 minutes. So that's what it is. And total marks is out of the 240 examination. Right. Now, you need to understand what's the kind of competition you're talking about. In all, about 82,000 students last year registered. Last year we're talking about, registered for the IIT examination. 78,000 students appeared. And across all the IISERs, the 7-8 IISERs that you have 2,363 seats. Now, by the way, the IIT examination score also is used by Indian Institute of Science and IIT, which is offering the BS Mathematics and those kind of things. So, quite a few other institutions besides IISER also use the IIT score to admit students. Like if you want to do a BSMS degree or BS degree also in Indian Institute of Science, or the data sciences BS data sciences program that IIT Madras is offering, then the only pathway for you is IIT examination. Now, these are the number of seats that you have in each of the things. IISER Berhampur is 300 seats, IISER Bhopal 300, Kolkata 280 seats, IISER Kolkata Computation and Data Science, this is a new program, is 30 seats, IISER Mohali is 275, Pune is 288, Thiruvananthapuram is 320, Tirupati is 250, in all 2043 across this. And then moving further, you also have the IISER Pune highest cutoff. So now, of course, it's through the IIT examination, remember that, but the highest cutoff unreserved is 1,671 across all its program, which means you need to be right up there in the top 2 percentile of IIT examination, because remember, 78,000 students is what you appeared. So if you're dealing with 1,671 as the highest closing rank, we're not talking about the highest opening rank, we're talking about the highest closing rank, right? We're dealing with that 98 percentile and above kind of number, 87.8 percentile and above. So that's the kind of competition that you have as far as getting into IISER Pune is concerned. And for category rank 1101 for OBC NCL, SC is 563, EWS is 464, ST is 214, and Kashmiri migrants is 15,829. So that is what you're dealing with. You need to be in the top 2 percentile across any of these category ranks also for you to be getting a seat out here. Now, of course, the reservation is there, 15% for SC, ST 7.5%, OBC NCL is 27%, EWS is extra numerary 10%, mind you, so it is on top of the 100, and PWD is 5% within each category, and Kashmiri migrants 3 seats, again it is extra numerary, which means it's above the number of seats that are there. Now, fee is very moderate here. All IISERs charge a very, very moderate fee because they're actually encouraging the research culture in the country, right? So from that perspective, the total fee, including hostel facilities and everything that you have, is about 80,000 rupees, right? Examination fee, hostel fee is August 25 is 5,200 only. So in all, what you're dealing with is about 80,948 rupees, which is very, very nominal, mind you, because this is, by the way, per semester kind of a fee, right? But for the kind of facilities, the kind of campus, the kind of education, the kind of career pathway it gives, it's a very, very good, fee structure at this point in time. In fact, right from Elon Musk to NVIDIA's Jensen Huang have said that pure science is the way to go, because in the age of AI, you don't know what will get you a job, but to stay relevant, to stay resilient, what if your understanding of pure sciences at a concept level, at a fundamental level is very, very strong, then you'll find a pathway for yourself. Because if you, for example, understand mathematics or physics very, very completely, then you will find a pathway for yourself. You don't need a Btech degree, because many of the Btech degrees, there's a question mark of how relevant they would be when students are graduating in 2030. But for when you understand pure sciences at a concept level, at a fundamental level, then you will find a pathway, because though it's abstract, though it's not non-linear, you'll still be able to find a way, because you understanding of the subject and the knowledge that you have, the learning that you have is so strong that you'll be able to use that learning to create a career pathway for yourself, which is where IISERs work very, very well for you. Right. Now, if I were to just look at the placement, one of the things that comes back to me is all of you want to understand placement. Now, what we've taken here is the NIRF data of 2026. Now, why did we take this data? Because it is a data that's submitted to Government of India, right? Because Ministry of Education, Government of India conducts the National Institutional Ranking Framework, ranking of all institutions, which is where IISER Pune, remember, was ranked 55th best university in the country. Now, from that perspective, when you look at that, this data is slightly more authentic than a marketing brochure or what is found on their website. There, when we see, I told you earlier that a lot of students who study at IISER ultimately go on for higher education. So, for example, if you notice this one also, there are 245 students was intake, admitted is 278, graduated 223. Now, 80 students moved for higher studies. Now, there is a gap here. If you notice, 223 is the graduated, 80 moved for higher studies, 15 were placed. So, are we placing only 45% students? Now, that's a big question mark out here, because much of it is not captured. Students don't decide, especially at IISERs and all, of how, I told you about abstractness and linearness. Here it's not linear at all. So many of the choices are done as you move along. So very clearly what happened here is that many of the students have decided much later of what to do, because once you study at IISER, it's not that you are stunted in terms of how you do thing of what you do. It emerges as you move along. But of the students who are placed, the median salary is 11.4 lakh rupees. Earlier it was about 11.95 lakh rupees. So the placement is decent here, but the number of students who are getting placed and the number of students who are choosing to move for higher studies, there is a bit of a confusion or mix in terms of the exact numbers, because we're not able to figure out the exact numbers. When you actually have a median salary of 11.4 lakh rupees, you bring this down, you'll be able to place anyone out here, right? You bring down the median salary from 11.4 lakh rupees to say 9 lakh rupees also, you'll place every single student out here. This is a median salary, mind you, right? So what I'm trying to say is that the fact that it's IISER, which is actually a research institution, right? Placement is one way of judging it. So what we did was slightly much broader. We went ahead and started saying, okay, let me understand how many students studied at IISER Pune and what are they doing now and where are they working now and what kind of roles are they working now. And that would give you as an overall picture, because yearly data would not give you, because you move for higher studies, then you do PhD and then you start working. So it will never give you clarity about the kind of potential or the kind of career pathways or that IISER, studying at IISER kind of an institution would do. So what we did was we actually went one step ahead and said, okay, let us look at all the students who studied at IISER Pune and what are they doing currently. And this is what emerged when we looked at that data. Now, when we looked at that data on LinkedIn to understand how many students studied at IISER Pune and what are they doing now or where are they working now, right? The first thing that we looked at is what are they working on, right? We found 3,268 students who studied at IISER Pune who are on LinkedIn and claiming that they studied at IISER Pune in terms of BSMS degree or much further. And when we looked at that, about 896 of them or a quarter of them are right now in research, which means they're working in different companies in the capability of research. So we're talking of the role or the occupation of these people. 594 are in education, which means they are faculty, professors and all teaching in various universities in the country. About 112 are in engineering, which means they are actually working for corporate sector and working in engineering side of it. Business development is 111 of them and operations is 71 of them. There is only a gist, mind you, because we're not talking of all students, we're only talking of the top 5 roles and functions. If you look at this whole number, it's about 1,400 kind of only, but that's is essentially about 1,600 possibly. But that explains you the kind of roles and functions that they do, and it will be a long tail as you keep going down the ladder. But these are top 5 roles and occupations that students who studied at IISER Pune have done. Most of them go for research, followed by being faculty and working for universities or in the education ecosystem. Then they work for engineering companies and business development and operations. Right. Now the next part of it is we also wanted to understand, like, the good measure of an institution is how far are the students who studied at a particular institution, where are they placed, in which countries are they placed, whether they are working within India or outside India. And I always say that one of the biggest measures of a great institution is that the students of that institution actually have global careers or global pathways. They sought after all over the world and not just in India. So that's a very big measure for us. So of these 3,268 students that we had, about 79% students work in India, which means 21% work all over the world. 21%. That's a massive number for a 20-year-old institution, because mind you, it's a 5-year program. And initially it was only about 60 students who were getting into the whole thing, right? So not more than 13-14 batches have passed out or graduated, and 11% of them are in USA. Which means the skills and the learning and the knowledge of these students is such that the world is looking out for them and is recruiting them if they can. 11% work in USA, 3% work in UK, 1% work in Canada, and 21% students work all over the world, which means only 79% work in India. And within that, Maharashtra about 50% work, 6% in Bangalore and 4% in Delhi NCR. But when you see 21% of the students working all over the globe and beyond India, it's a very, very good report card that the career pathways of students who are studying at IISER emerge where they actually have global career opportunities. The thing is, you need to be patient, you need to be very curious, you need to keep learning, and your pathway will emerge as you move along. It's not a linear pathway, as I told you. It's not that some company comes and places you right away, but as you keep moving ahead and do your research, do your PhD, and then move up, then you find your pathways. It can be on the education side, on the research side, or the engineering side, or the operations side, or anything that matters, right? But 21% have found their way outside of India and are doing a fantastic job, because global companies around the world have recruited them because of the kind of learning knowledge that they have. And give it 10 more years, this 21% will become 30%. So in my opinion, the great success of this institution would be about 1/3 of these people would be actually working outside of India, which is a great testament to the kind of knowledge and learning that they have, that people around the globe are wanting to recruit them and make them work along with them. That is the reason why we covered IISER. So I'm very clear about this, that all of you obviously would have done PCM. All of you might not want to do Btech, though you've done PCM, or some of you might also want to keep something else beyond Btech as an option. Now, this particular story is meant for them. If you're not only chosen Btech and you are very certain that only Btech and nothing else, then this is not meant for you. But it's very important for you to keep your options open, keep your choices open, because you don't know how the world will move in the age of AI. If you learn a pure science, if you understand the fundamentals of pure science, then you might actually be more resilient and might be able to, get a great career path emerge for itself. In that process, we covered IISER Pune. I hope this helps you, and please do subscribe to Btech360 before I end this whole thing. Please subscribe to Btech360. Thank you so much. Namaste.